What is up, everyone? This is ReviewIt. I'm James, and welcome to the review for Unfriended. This is a new horror movie that kind of takes a unique twist on the found footage genre. Most of you have probably seen the trailers lurking around on YouTube at this point, but if you haven't, here's the basic synopsis. So this girl, Laura Barnes, gets bullied through the internet. She goes to a party, she acts really crazy. Somebody takes a video of her, puts it on YouTube, and pretty much gets a lot of people to start bullying her and saying, "Oh, kill yourself, Laura, kill yourself." Well, guess what? She does, and someone also recorded that as well. The movie picks up 1 year after her death, and there is this Skype group call between a bunch of friends, all of which knew her personally. But the weird thing here is that a mysterious figure shows up in their chat call. No one seems to know who it is, however, it is the account of Laura Barnes. Really seeing the entire movie through one computer screen grab. The main character, named Blair, was a very close friend to Laura Barnes before her death. Pretty much all of it takes place through her point of view, so pretty much what we're going to see is her home screen, her desktop, her Skype account, her Facebook account, all her tabs that are open at the top, etc., etc. Now I have to say, Unfriended is one of the best horror movies I have seen in quite a while. The best things here is the attention to detail. I mean, these are all teenagers who we're watching, and the main girl, Blair, is pretty much like, if you just look at the top of her internet tabs, you're going to see all these random things that teens would be interested in. It's not like we're only focusing on two things, you know? There are so many things in the background to see here. Some of the scares here are pretty good too. There's some pretty graphic and violent deaths that occur here. Basically what's happening is these kids are all on their Skype call, and this mysterious person keeps telling them, "Don't sign off or you'll die," or "Let's play this game called Never Have I Ever, and whoever loses will die." And people do die. You're not going to see very clear images of people dying because most Skype calls tend to be very laggy and very kind of messed up and stuff, and the movie does that very well. In fact, it makes it even more scarier when someone's dying and you're really just seeing the video lag behind what's actually happening. So you're seeing something happen and it'll kind of be like, and in the background you hear people screaming the whole time. I actually kind of liked all the characters here. I mean, for the most part, you're only going to get development for about 2 or 3, because once the bodies start dropping, they go pretty quickly. I have to say, even the acting on most of these people was pretty good. The main character, Blair, she did really well, I thought. Her boyfriend was also really good. Most of the characters had some pretty good performances here. And I just loved the look of this movie and the idea behind it. You would just think it's a traditional found footage movie, but it's not. There were plenty of times in this movie where I was on the edge of my seat, biting my nails, trying to think, "Oh crap, what's gonna happen? Oh crap, this is intense." It wasn't so much like scary as it just was interesting. Like, oh my gosh. And the whole time you want to know, is it this ghost of this girl that has possessed a computer and hacked into all their accounts and started killing them somehow? Is that what's happening, or is it somebody else who's playing a trick on them, and, you know, a malicious, violent, very violent trick? And of course, you don't really find out till the last few minutes. Which brings me to the few negatives I have. I only have a couple. We almost got out of this movie without any real problems, but there's a few, and a couple that are really bothersome to me. I have to say, of course, like every horror movie that's come out in the past, I don't know, 20 years, it always ends with one more jump scare. And I feel like, why? Why does that have to happen? Why can't a movie just end, you know? This film, it has a pretty good message about it, about cyberbullying and how you shouldn't do this stuff. And maybe, you know, it leaves you thinking, maybe I should think about it the next time I want to say something bad about somebody online. And I feel that without that final jump scare that happens in this movie, in the last minute, without that jump scare, this would have been a perfect ending. It would have made you really feel like, oh crap, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You know, I feel like the ending would have been 10 times better without a jump scare. Another minor flaw I have here is that even though it does present us with a different perspective and that we're looking at through the computer, it doesn't do a lot to really reinvent the wheel here. Most of the scares come from sudden jump scares. Like I said earlier, how you're seeing bits and pieces of what's going on for characters. Yeah, there's some times where the tension really builds up and there's some ambient noise that rises in the background to let you know that something crazy is about to happen. And a lot of the times when the jump scares are just about to happen, you can point it out because everything will go quiet and it gives away. Imagine playing poker, and you're playing somebody whose tell is very obvious, and this movie does that same thing. But all in all, Unfriended was such a wonderful horror movie. Like, I really, really liked this film. So Unfriended is worth the price of admission. That is essentially a 4 out of 5 for those of you who haven't learned my review scale yet. Well, that is all for this review. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it, whatever you got to do to help me out. It would be wonderful. But I have to leave. That's all for this time. So I'll see you guys on the next review.